You know what the beautiful thing was because of the makeup and because of the way that I did the hair, I could walk into my hair was down below my shoulders, kind of in the middle of my back. And dry, all fluffy and out, I looked like someone completely different as Bruce. So being able to walk out and walk into the building without people even knowing who the hell I was, and then I could get into my outfit and I could finish up for the night and roll back out, and people didn't know who the hell I was. So it was great for me because I didn't have that. I was able to be two different people, and every once in a while someone would recognize me and come up and, "Are you Brother Love?" And I'd say, "Yeah." And then they'd think, look at me a second time because I don't sound like Brother Love. But it was great because I could be two different people. I could go out in the arena and watch matches and no one knew.
Pretty crazy to think about it. And another crazy thing, but great thing with Brother Love is that you're almost like the trivia question, and you're always, especially now with Undertaker just recently retired as a WrestleMania, it's like you're always going to be kind of brought up like, oh, who was his first manager? When his debut, it's like when his debut started, who was with him? So it's always going to be Brother Love. Do you like being attached to Undertaker like that? And do you kind of foresee Undertaker being one of the biggest stars of all time?
I would like to say yes, but I saw him as a huge star and somebody that would really be big. I don't think that anyone really anticipated the icon status that he's achieved, and that's all him. And extremely proud of him, and I'm extremely proud to be associated with that legacy. That is something I point to with pride, and pretty happy to be a part of.
Now, obviously, one major question that I think a lot of people ask or probably would want to ask you is, how do you gain Vince McMahon's trust and become his right-hand man for so long? Because if you think about it, like we mentioned, you're there for all those eras, but you're not just there. You know what I mean? You are playing a major role, a key cog in the wheel, writing, producing, helping Vince, playing a main character as well during most of that time. But how do you gain Vince's trust and become that right-hand man?
Well, I'll tell you what he used to say was that there was nobody that disagreed with him more, which is kind of funny because, I think a lot of people would always like to classify anybody that stayed there that long as a kiss-ass. I have a completely different viewpoint of the business than Vince does. A lot of things we share, similar, I think over the years, we grew to kind of think the same way on some things, but for the most part, I disagreed with him a lot, and I would disagree to him to his face, and we had a lot of knockdown dragouts. I learned through the years how to travel through those landmines of arguments, and as Pat Patterson said to me one day, he goes, you could be a little nicer and choose your words better. And incorporated the two most important words in my vocabulary, which are what if, and instead of saying something sucks and your idea is horrible, to think about it for a minute, try it on, and offer an alternative. What if we did it this way is a lot more palatable than that sucks. And once you learn that, and you're able to say, okay, I've listened to your idea. That's good. We could do that. But what if we tried it this way? Or what if we did something else? And have an alternative. It makes them think. And it wasn't just your idea is terrible, my idea is great. It was, okay, you got something, so do I. Hear me out. And that's kind of how the relation. I think that was a big turning point in how we communicated. But I always, he never had to wonder where I stood on something. I would tell him point blank and didn't sugarcoat it most of the time.